Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Your daughter, who's half black, half white,
Correct.
referred to a black student as an ape.
She's not a racist. I'm sorry, she has black cousins. My wife's family's still here. She's got black friends.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Booker Wright Sr. claims the defendant's daughter hurled a racially charged insult at his son in front of his classmates and says the humiliated teen needed therapy.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Mr. Wright is suing Noah Gladney in the amount of $1,500.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Clerk, your Deputy Thomas. This is an interesting case here, and I realize that you, Mr. Wright, and you, Mr. Gladney, are actually not the litigants in this instance. It is, in fact, your son, Booker Wright Jr.
Yes, sir.
And your daughter, Alexandria.
That's correct, sir, yes.
And while I would have appreciated hearing their testimony, from what I understand, we have affidavits from both the two people. But Mr. Wright, you filed the suit on behalf of your son, your namesake. Tell me your story.
Yes, sir. So, my son had his first crush, and unfortunately, she's decided to hurl a racially charged insult at my son at a very critical age. He's in the 8th grade, he's 13. Just to give you some context about the town we live in Leestown, Oklahoma, after Robert E. Lee, to give you some context there. We're not treated as greatly, as well as we should be treated by the rest of the town. A great example of that is the mural that sits in the town center. If you would like to see it, I have that in our evidence.
I would. I read the complaint, and I've considered it, but I haven't actually seen the mural itself. And you go ahead and discuss what's depicted in the mural.
As you can see here, it says, a place for everyone. Can you notice where the place for black people in this town is? They are all in that cotton field on the right-hand side. That's where they see is a place for us in this town. And I don't want that for my son. You know, I grew up here. I left when I got a little older after high school, but I came back because my mother got sick, so I had to come and back to take care of her. I met my wife, and, you know, life happened. So I ended up sticking around and just wanted to make the town better.
Mr. Gladney, I want to hear from him because, one, there's no disputing that this is a mural that's reflective of the town's busy downtown area, correct?
Well, I was going to say, Your Honor, that very well might be one of my deceased wife's grandparents in that mural, because my deceased wife was a black lady, and our child is multiracial, biracial. And I'm sorry for him to insinuate that race had anything to do with this. Is just bunk. I'm so sorry. This is a waste of time. This is a shakedown.
I'm not calling her a racist. I'm saying she used racially charged insults.
Well, we all know what that means and what that leads to now, don't we?
Well, what is an ape? Would you like to be called that?
No, and nor would I want to be stared at and harassed like your son did to my daughter in classroom, of all places.
He's young. He doesn't know how to.
She's just sitting there trying to learn her history lessons, and his son is staring right into my little girl's face.
Stop. Let's go back. Let's bring it down.
Apologies.
Let's breathe. Your son is black.
Yes, sir.
Your wife is black.
He's a big kid, too. He looks a little older than he is.
Okay. Does your daughter consider herself to be biracial, black, white? What is the categorization?
She considers herself biracial.
Okay. Your wife was black.
Correct.
Is it just you and your daughter, Alexandria?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
That's correct.
Okay. The two of them go to a school together, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your daughter mentioned his son to you.
She came home upset one day that this boy was staring at her, and she told him to stop. And her emotions got the better of her, and she did call him that word.
She called him an ape.
Yes,
Your daughter, who's half black, half white,
correct.
referred to a black student as an ape.
She snapped. She's not a racist. I'm sorry, she has black cousins, or my wife's family's still here. She's got black friends. She was just mad at him for acting not like a human, I suppose.
Once this happened, what, if anything, did your son end up having to endure?
The son I raised, I don't recognize anymore. He was outgoing, he played football, he was always the spark of like his friend group. He was always out with them. Like he seemed to be really thriving in this town where I admittedly had a rougher experience growing up in. And he was a great kid. He's broken, like he's broken. And really what makes this worse is that it was his first crush. Your first crush says something like that to you when you're first learning how to express your feelings.
If anything,
Did he say that he,
What?
Sir,
Sorry.
I got this.
Sorry.
Did he acknowledge that he was staring at the girl at Alexandria?
Yes, he did say that he was looking at her.
And he was looking at her because he was interested in her.
Yes, sir.
Coming up on America's Court.
You're saying that had she been with parents that were both black, would you still be pursuing this?
I would, because that's the town has an issue with this.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Booker Wright Sr., who is suing Noah Gladney for emotional distress.
But if she was to the point where she was saying, would you stop staring at me, and he kept doing it, was that something that you at least addressed with him?
He didn't bring it up to me that she told him to stop staring. You know, that wasn't something he communicated with me.
You're suing for this $1,500. Now, in so many instances, you have situations where a black person is called some derogatory name, the N-word, ape, monkey, baboon, something primal. And typically the person that is hurling the insult is not typically black. In this case, if her cousins and her mother and her family, and she identifies with her white and her black side, you're saying that had she been with parents that were both black, would you still be pursuing this?
I would, because that's the town has an issue with this. I have been very vocal about it. I have taken lawsuits to the school and the city a couple of times trying to address this issue.
What's been the outcome of those lawsuits?
I've lost, you know.
And what were the lawsuits based on?
I have it right here, Your Honor, if I
I'll
could
take
take that in
them,
evidence.
And you have, what,
Thank you.
sir, Mr. Gladney, what do you have? What are you showing me?
Two failed lawsuits from Mr. Wright here about, let's see, he sued the city for one, and he
And what did you sue the city?
school district, and he's 0 for 2. I can only imagine how many other
You
lawsuits
sued
he
the
might
city
have
and
now.
the school district. What did you sue the city for?
So I sued the city over that mural. We were trying to figure out why that this was still appropriate to have out in front, and I was getting nowhere.
So you wanted the mural taken down.
Yes.
So you lost that case, and then you filed one against the school district for what, sir?
There were instances where my son and some of his teammates were getting into, you know, altercations, and there were racial slurs taught, and I wasn't.
And these racial altercations involved students that were not black?
Yes.
All right. So you tried to get the mural taken down. You were unsuccessful. You were unsuccessful with the school district in terms of black students being on the receiving end of racial epithets and animosity towards non-black people.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that didn't work.
No, it did not.
Now we have a situation where you're suing someone who considers himself to be half black, and you're saying that they're discriminating against a fellow black person.
It's not just that it was discriminatory. This is intense
Well, you're right.
emotional
You're
damage.
right. Actually, it's not that it's the whole issue of emotional distress that's being inflicted and the damage as a result
Yes,
of
sir.
that word. But she's not repeatedly saying this word. You're saying that other
No, she's
students
not.
are now picking up on it and taking it to the extreme.
She started it, and the rest of the school is continuing it, yes.
Because she's part black, so if she can say it, why not
Exactly.
us be able to say it?
Exactly. You know, who makes monkey noises at a kid as he tries to walk down the hall?
Wasn't a monkey noise.
Kids. You can have a school full of white students and they'll be making monkey noises at each other because they're kids.
Yeah.
And it is unfortunate that at the highest levels in our country, these words are being exchanged as if it's just okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. I'm not in disagreement with you. We don't have either student here.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Well, I would have wanted them here, but I understand why you all had the concerns that you had. But I seem to recall there being a statement from Booker,
Yes.
because I have that in my file. And your son says, I used to like going to school, but now I feel sick every morning. When the bus pulls up, I wasn't stalking at Alexandria. I just had a little crush on her. I'm just awkward when it comes to girls.
He's young.
I didn't know how to talk to her, so I just looked at her. But this doesn't justify what she did. She yelled it loud enough for everyone to hear. She didn't just call me a name. She used a word that carries the weight of everything bad that happens in this town. It's like the whole school has a green light to treat me like an animal.
Even his teachers have started treating him a little different
Well,
based on when this happened.
hits me. I'm a kid who's been branded by a girl who knew exactly how much that word would hurt. I don't want to go to high school here. I don't think I can handle 4 more years.
There's not a lot of high schools in
Being
this town.
the ape of Leestown. I just want to feel human again.
Coming up on America's Court.
Say it was race-based is just ridiculous. I mean, there's just no
The
two ways
word
about
has
it.
weight. And
So now we
Those
have
are
a
some
statement
behavior.
from Alexandria.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Booker Wright Sr., who is suing Noah Gladney for emotional distress.
What are your thoughts about that, sir?
She would have called a white student that word if it was, in fact, a white student who was staring at her like that. It's a shame that a 14-year-old doesn't know that no means no. The words, please stop staring at me. She just got frustrated. I'm sorry. Say it was race-based is just ridiculous. I mean, there's just no
The
two ways
word
about
has
it.
weight.
So
And
now we
Those
have
are
the
some
statement
behavior.
from Alexandria. I feel like everyone is ignoring the fact that I was the victim first. Imagine sitting in a chair and feeling someone's eyes burning into the side of your head. I told him to stop. I looked away. I moved my bags to block his view. He wouldn't stop. It felt creepy. It made me feel like I wasn't a person, just someone for him to look at. And I went home crying because I felt so powerless. My dad said I would handle it, and I said, no, I'll put an end to it once and for all. I know the history of the word. I was frustrated and scared and wanted to say the meanest thing possible so he would finally leave me alone.
That's all.
And what she ends with is, I just wanted to be able to learn my history lesson without being treated like some guy's lame prize.
Coming up on America's Court.
I'm not someone who lets my son stay home from school, but like he's been telling me that he doesn't feel comfortable, he feels unsafe. I couldn't
14-year-old
bring
boy
myself to
doesn't know
force
that
him to
no
go back
means
to that
no.
environment.
Stop
It reminded me of the one that
means
I went to when I was a kid.
Hold it!
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Booker Wright Sr., who is suing Noah Gladney for emotional distress.
What do you think about Alexandria's statement, sir?
And I feel for her. I understand that that's absolutely not something that she
So
should
you
feel.
feel for her, and then you sue her.
Who doesn't
We live
want
in a town of
$1,500?
5,000 people, Your Honor. He could have tracked me down. We could have talked about this. And I would have gone to my son and told him that that is not okay. He had a first crush. He didn't want to tell his parents. We've all been there. It's not something we were open about that much at that age. But he was informed. We are a small town. Come to me. We will talk about it. I understand where you're coming from. I understand where your daughter is coming from. I would have agreed with you, and I would have sat him down and told him.
But you don't have a daughter.
I do not, Your Honor.
That
And you're
says...
excusing his bad behavior, too.
I'm not excusing his bad behavior.
Why are
I'm
we
saying I
here?
would have talked to him. I would have corrected
Well,
the behavior.
it's not even so much that it's bad behavior. It's the behavior of a teenage boy who likes a girl.
He's nervous. He doesn't know what to do.
I get it. And the girl's saying, I don't like you. Please leave me alone. So what do I do with that? Because at the end of the day, you're saying that you have damages that you feel Mr. Gladney should compensate for your son's therapy.
I do.
$1,500 worth?
Yes, sir. That's only 6 months. Like, he is a puddle of himself. Like, he won't get out of bed. I'm not someone who lets my son stay home from school, but like, he's been telling me that he doesn't feel comfortable. He feels unsafe. I couldn't bring myself to force him to go back to that environment. It reminded me of the one that I went to when I was a kid.
Hold it!
Sorry.
We're having this conversation and we're going round and round. At the end of the day, I got two young people who are just trying to figure it out. And I have two dads that love their kids. So from a legal standpoint, do I feel as though Alexandria's actions rose to the level where she broke the law and your son Booker should be compensated for that she engaged in?
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy-nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has got to come down in this instance. And this is not an easy decision for me. But I'm going to find in favor of the defendant, taking into account this young lady's circumstance. I do not feel that based on a preponderance of the evidence that you met your burden, that she violated your son's rights to the extent that she should have to pay $1,500.
I have letters from other students corroborating what's happened.
I understand.
We all have friends.
And I understand how this mural downtown and the environment, I can't concern myself with any of that. But I have to concern myself with is your son and his daughter and their actions, and is there a remedy financially that should be awarded to the plaintiff based on Alexandria's conduct? And I cannot find that. Your matter's dismissed. That is the order. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
I also hope your boy grows up to be a little more respectful and knows when no means no.
I just really hope that your daughter knows the weight of that word in the town that we live in.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.